Yo, what's good? You already done know what it is. It's your girl Just Came in. I'm out here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're already a subscriber, while Guan Brethren, you already done know. I appreciate all the love and support. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. And unarguably, I would say that it is the biggest civil rights movement that I've seen in my lifetime, and probably a lot of my viewers in your lifetime as well. And that can be backed up with the fact that people have been protesting in all 50 states of America and in about 17 countries worldwide have been standing behind the Black Lives Matter movement. And this is a very emotional subject, emotional kind of time, I think, for a lot of us. And social media and like what we've been seeing, it's hard to consume all this content. And even it was hard making up my mind if I wanted to make a video on this subject or not. But I think it is important. It's very important. As you can see, like, it's definitely a global movement. And whether or not, I feel like if you stand by Black Lives Matter or the movement, but I think that it cannot be argued that in 2020, people are still discriminated against based on the color of their skin. Like, people who fit into that, marginalized individuals who fit into that category, are still discriminated against because of the color of their skin. And I think that cannot be argued, and I do think that this movement and the attention that it's getting will help bring awareness to what's happening, not only in the US, but in other parts of the world as well. And all the content that we've been seeing it's very hard. So for this video, I just wanted to focus on things that have been making me happy, that I've been seeing online, and the support that has been given to the community and people who support Black Lives Matter here in Korea, because I am in Korea, so I'm seeing all this stuff from Korea in Jeju Island. So I'm not actually in Canada or US being able to take part physically in the protesting or with like the movement and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna focus on things that made me, happy to see online. And that being is that the amount of support that have been coming from Korea, the Korean people, Korean celebrities, and Korean idols, and just the atmosphere here in general. So first off, I want to say that, the support here is absolutely amazing. And even if it's just a little bit, you guys have to understand that Korea is it's not like, for example, during elections, people don't speak on their political views or their religion and like those kind of like touchy subjects, we would say, so it's just not a thing. So these idols and these Korean people and celebrities speaking out is a really big deal, and I think you have to give credit where credit is due. Like, it's absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to focus on the things that I've seen and how Koreans have been contributing to the Black Lives Matter movement. So first, I'm going to start off with the celebrities and idols who have supported Black Lives Matter. So the first person that I seen support Black Lives Matter in my timeline on Instagram was Jay Park. He contributed, I think, $10,000 himself to the Black Lives Matter movement or different charities, and also his group Higher Music, I think in total individually, all his artists and his company raised $27,000 to the movement and in support of Black Lives Matter. He also posted on his Instagram, him and his company and his artists holding Black Lives Matter signs, and he also participated in the Black Lives Matter Blackout Tuesday. So he's been, showing very much support just out there, and he's not really hiding it. We know that he supports Black Lives Matter, and that's really cool because I like Jay Park, and he's one of the Korean hip hop artists and pop artists that I listen to frequently, and I appreciate that. Like, I was like, oh man, my boy Jay Park, like, shout out to Jay Park. So, some other artists and idols who have contributed to the Black Lives Matter movement are Got7's Mark, Day6's Jay, and PH1 Crush. Also, celebrities like Jessie, Red Velvet's Yuri, Card's Jiwoo, Vix's Ravi, Momoland, EXID, Lee, Alexa, and former Infinity member Hyoa, Lee Hai, Del Sherbet, Subin, Eric Nam, and Mitzi all have spoken up about the Black Lives Matter movement, whether it be on their Instagrams or their social medias. So, you know what? That is a very awesome thing. It's a very big deal. The support coming from Korea is absolutely amazing. I cannot stress this enough in this video. And we all know the biggest support, or the most support in terms of a donation, came from the one and only, the most popular Korean boy band in the world, K-pop idols, the one and only, the Kings, BTS. I'm just gonna say that obviously I'm not like a biggest fan of K-pop, but regardless, they showed out, and this donation is not only important because it spreads awareness, it also, led birth to like a chain reaction of donations. So not only did BTS donate 1 million, their fans, the army, K-pop fans, you guys did that. Y'all matched BTS's 1 million with another 1 million, bro. That is crazy, I don't even know what to say. That is just absolutely amazing, and it just goes to show that awareness, and all these idols speaking out, awareness is a thing. It's key. It happens, and it's very important, and it leads to other good deeds, or it opens up people's minds to certain things, So that's really cool, and it's not over yet. So due to this chain reaction of donations, BTS donated 1 million. Their fans match it with another 1 million. John Cena pops up and is willing to match BTS's army donations of 1 million himself as well. So that is $3 million donated to this movement. That is huge. And I think, we'll just clap, baksu, 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 because that means that single-handedly BTS has triggered this chain reaction and raised $3 million. Give credit where credit is due. Like, that is absolutely amazing. You army that's what you guys are army, and you guys came out to battle, strapped on your boots, and you did that, bro. Like, that is absolutely amazing. Also, what the K-pop fans did, y'all did that again in Dallas. The police department wanted a lot of photos and videos of anything, people rioting and looting, and what they did is they sent out these fan cams, which are videos of their favorite K-pop idols, to this app, and they crashed it, taking it completely out of service. Like, you guys did that, man. And that's also a part of this thing, because K-pop has to do a lot with Korean culture, so that's why it's included in this video. Like, you guys did that, man. Like, so the next person that I'm going to shed a light on is an artist that goes by the name of Yerong-soo. And I first found her artwork when she made a book and artwork on Instagram having to do with like why Koreans don't sit next to black people on the bus and subway and stuff like that. So she's an artist, and she draws a lot of cartoons and pictures about kind of like issues that happen in Korea, not only Korea but also around the world. So what she did was she made a cartoon illustration of the video, the video of George Floyd and what happened to him. She made an illustration, a cartoon of what happened, and she put it on her Instagram, and she told the story in Korean. So she kind of told the story of what happened in Korean, and I guess she put her, in a way that Koreans will be able to understand. And this is so important when it comes to awareness, because in order for someone to fully understand something, it has to make a connection to them, and something being in their language and something being told in their language is a very good way to get the message across and to get people to connect with it. And it is absolutely amazing that she did that. And it was, it kind of created, again, this domino effect. So her cartoon was then translated into French, I believe, Italian, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, and a whole bunch of other languages. I think Arabic was the newest one that I saw on her Instagram. And that is absolutely amazing. And, she's just an artist trying to make her way. And it was hard for her because you already know, like, being in support of something like this civil rights movement or Black Lives Matter comes with some backlash. It can come with some backlash. And unfortunately, she has been facing some backlash. And, that comes from people saying like, oh, you're Korean and why are you supporting, this issue in America? It has nothing to do with you. But she always says like, we're all people and this issue's not only in America, happens around the world. It even happens in Korea. So she's really trying to shed a light on that. And I just want to thank you, Yerongis. Like, you are absolutely amazing and you're fighting through this with the rest of the world, with us, and I appreciate it. Thank you so, so, so much for that drawing and what you're doing and speaking up about this issue, And I'm just going to say it again. Like, I feel like I've been saying this throughout the whole video, but, every Korean who has participated in this movement, it is a very big deal, especially being in Korea, like I said before. So it shouldn't be taken lightly, their support and the contributions that they have been, giving to this movement. So you guys should go and show her a bunch of love on her Instagram page if you guys haven't already seen this cartoon and her illustrations and everything that she's been saying in support of Black Lives Matter. If you support Black Lives Matter, go check her out and show her some love because I know it's hard for her as well. So just please go and show her some love. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the the Black Lives Matter protest that was held in Seoul. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there because I am in Jeju Island, so I physically couldn't participate in the march that happened in Seoul. And let me tell you, it's absolutely amazing that this happened in Korea and in Seoul, the biggest city in Korea. And it wasn't as large as the marches and protests happening in other parts of the world, but nonetheless, the simple fact that it did happen in Korea is absolutely amazing because I really did not expect anything to happen in Korea, like no support at all. Not like maybe a little bit from like artists that maybe do hip hop or like pop music or R&B, yes, but for just an everyday Korean person, for there to be a march in Seoul, I would never have expected that whatsoever. So that made me so, so happy that there are people supporting this movement or just supporting injustices, like speaking up about injustices happening, not even in their own country, but somewhere else. It's recognized, it's there, people are speaking up, and 100 or more people came out, and that's absolutely amazing. I would have expected like more than 10, 50, 100, more than 100 people came out, and it was a very peaceful protest. And in some of the videos and images that you guys are going to see is that there are some foreigners, but maybe not that many. And that is because in some of our contracts, it says that we're not allowed to engage in anything political or anything that would be seen as political kind of movements and stuff like that. Like even petitions, we're not supposed to sign them having to deal with any type of politics or anything in Korea. So that might be also connected to like marches or protests. We're not supposed to participate in them because it could end up with people being fired from their jobs or like deported and stuff like that. So I think that's why in a lot of the photos you guys didn't really see, you might not see a lot of foreigners, but the Korean turnout was good. They had their signs and they're just out there in full support, and it was a very peaceful protest. And the media coverage of this protest that happened in Seoul was very positive as well. Like it wasn't downplaying what happened, it wasn't showing it in a negative light. It was a very positive. So I can also really appreciate that as well. So another thing that has happened in Korea is that Black Lives Matter has been translated into Korean so more Korean people can understand it. And the translation for Black Lives Matter that they're using in Korea is "흑인의 생명은 소중합니다." And it's Korean for Black Lives Matter, but the literal translation is Black life is precious. Precious definition of great value, not to be wasted or treated carelessly, greatly loved or treasured. We stand with you, Asians for Black Lives Matter. Like, that is absolutely awesome that someone prepared this translation for Koreans or people supporting in Korea in itself. This is not to force anyone to donate. This is not to change anybody's minds. This video was just created to show you guys that in Korea what is happening with this movement and that there are people supporting it. So I'm just going to end the video on that note. So go ahead and press the thumbs up button so we can continue to spread the awareness, especially promote, you know, the positivity and the support coming from Korea in itself, you know. And that being said, you already done know what it is. It's your girl, Just Kimmy, and I'm out.